Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 38 of the podcast. I remain your host, Omobi. It feels good to be back. I don't know why I feel as if I've been away for so long. It was just last week that there was no episode. But, we're back. And last week, what I did was to put out a survey. I shared a link to a survey that I wanted listeners of the podcast to fill it basically so I can serve you better and put out the relevant information you need concerning the AFCFTA. So please, if you can go to my LinkedIn page or Mobile Adekola, the link is shared there, and I can also reshare it again for today's episode. For episode 38, we are resuming discussions in respect of protocol on trading services, and the last two episodes in respect of trading services, I talked about market access commitments of state parties and of course national treatment. What the treatment that state parties are to accord services and services providers of other state parties. So today we are looking at the schedules of specific commitments. That's our focus for today's episode. So let's go right into it. The provision of schedules of specific commitment under the Protocol on Trading Services of the AFCFTA agreement provides that state parties are to set out in a schedule the specific commitments each state parties will undertake in respect of market access, national treatment, and additional commitments for trading services. So they need to state it out. What are the commitments they are going to undertake for market access for services and services providers, national treatment of services and services providers of other state, and additional commitments. Also, sectors where such commitments are undertaken. If you recall, I mentioned that there are 5 priority sectors currently being negotiated. We have the financial sector, communications, transportation, travel and tourism, and business services. So let's just, for the purpose of today's episode, let's use travel and tourism. So where commitments have been taken in respect of travel and tourism sector. So concerning market access, this is the information that should be specified in the schedule as follows. So they are to specify the terms, limitations and conditions of market access for travel and tourism. This applies to other sectors as well, but we are going to use travel and tourism for today's episode. So specify in the schedule the terms and limitations and conditions of market access. That what are the terms, what are the conditions, what are the limitations that you are willing to allow for market access for travel and tourism. Then the next one, before we go to the next one, I'll just to summarize on the market access. So it just basically under what terms, under what conditions or limitations, and limitation is a state party willing to allow services providers of other state parties to access its own market or to access its countries. So that's basically what that is. Then the next one, the state parties are also to list out in the schedule the conditions and qualifications on national treatment of services and services provider of the sector. We are using travel and tourism. So these are the conditions, these are the qualifications in which we are going to treat these tourism, travel and tourism services and services providers if you come into my own country. Then also, if they have undertakings relating to additional commitments in respect of the services and services providers, they are to also list that out. That's basically any undertakings relating to additional commitments on trading services that should also be listed out. And where it's appropriate as well, they can set out the time frame for the implementation of these specific commitments and the date of entry into force. So the state, they can list that can also be listed out in their schedules of specific commitments. So this is where we are going to end it for today's podcast. The podcast is basically for educational purposes. If you need expert advice, please reach out to me. And until next week, Thursday, I say bye-bye.